Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll talk about devices in Azure Active Directory. So a device in Azure Active Directory refers to a computer, phone, tablet, or a virtual machine that is registered or joined to the Azure Active Directory or Entra ID. So that means a device can be anything like physical computer, phone, tablet, or a virtual machine. Now these physical devices like computer, phone that can be yours or provided by the organization, but that must be registered or joined in the organization Entra ID or Active Directory. After that, we can call it a Azure Active Directory devices. Now let's talk about why we register device in Entra ID. Mostly organizations do this to enhance security and to enable condition-based access. Condition-based access is like from which location you can access the resource of the company and from which devices you can log into the device and access the resources. And also we can enable single sign-on on the devices. So mostly there are three type of devices in Azure Active Directory. The first one is Azure Active Directory registered device. In this category, the devices are your personal device like your personal computer or personal phone, and the devices are registered under Azure Active Directory, and we can log into the computer using our local account like the account we created when we purchased the window. But when you want to access your Entra ID resources, then you will log in with your Entra ID credential that are provided by your company. And there are some key features of Azure Active Directory registered device. It supports single sign-on and conditional access, and this will be get limited management. That means that the device will be less controlled by the organization. Most of the control will be in your hand. Now one of which example is, suppose you are a market executive and you register your personal laptop in Azure Active Directory, and after that you can access the SharePoint and Teams of the company. Let's talk about the second type, Azure Active Directory joint device. So mostly these devices are provided by the corporate, and these devices are joined to Azure Active Directory, and when you want to log into your computer, then you have to use the credential that are provided by your organization. Now let's talk about some key features. Just like a registered device, it will also support single sign-on, conditional access, and device policies. These devices are fully managed by the company. Now let's understand it through example. Suppose you are a HR employee in your company and you will receive a corporate Windows laptop which is joined directly to the Azure AD during the setup, and you will get the full access of the company's apps and policies. I hope you understand how these two works. Now let's talk about hybrid Azure Active Directory. So these devices are also provided by your company, and these devices are joined to on-premises Active Directory like Windows Server Active Directory, but it is also registered in the Azure Active Directory. These type of devices are used by organizations who use both on-premises and cloud environment. There are some key features like best for companies still using traditional IT setups, means some companies still using their on-premises Active Directory and they also transferred some of their work to cloud. Let's take an example. Suppose a finance team's official desktop joined to on-premises Active Directory and also registered under Azure Active Directory, which enable to access the cloud services like OneDrive and Microsoft 365. At the same time, they can also access the data that is available in the company's on-premise Active Directory. Now let's see the practical of it. So in order to perform the practical, we need a Windows machine which will be joined and registered to our Azure Entra ID. So for that, I'll create a new virtual machine and I'll show you how you can register and join the virtual machine in your Azure Entra ID. So in order to create a virtual machine, click on virtual machine, and if you don't find virtual machine option in this row, then from here you can search virtual machine. Then click on virtual machine, click on create, then click on virtual machine. So I already created a video on which I show you how you can create and access a Windows virtual machine using RDP in Microsoft Azure. I'll link the video in the I button and provide the link in the description. You can go and watch that video, that how you can create this virtual machine and also access it from your Windows RDP service. One thing to make sure that don't choose any Windows server like Windows Server 2025 or anything. Only choose Windows machine like Windows 10 Pro or Windows 11 Enterprise or Pro or Windows 11 Home. For now, I'll create a Windows 10 Pro machine, but you can create a Windows 11 Enterprise or Home machine. That will be totally fine for this tutorial. Make sure that you choose a Windows machine, not a Windows Server machine. So I already created the Windows 10 machine and connected it to my local machine using the remote desktop service. Now let's see how you can register this Windows 10 virtual machine to your Azure Entra ID. Now the process will be same for Windows 11 machine. So if you are using Windows 11, that will be totally fine. Now go to search bar and search for settings. Click on it. Then go to accounts. And from here choose access work or school. Then click on connect. Here you have to enter your email address, the email address that you get from your organization. Like for user Mohit, the email ID was Mohit @ so this is the email address that Mohit get from the organization. So he can use this email ID in his local machine to register the device. Now click on next. Now enter your password. Then click on sign in. So as you can see, we successfully registered our device in Azure Active Directory. Now let's go back to our Azure Active Directory. In the manage section, click on devices. Then go to all devices. We successfully registered our device in Azure Entra ID. Now let's see how we can join our device in Azure Entra ID. Let's go back to the machine and I will disconnect this email ID. Now from here click on connect again. And from here there is two options available in the bottom. One is join this device to Microsoft Entra ID. Another one is join this device to local Active Directory domain. So you have to choose the first option, join this device to Microsoft Entra ID. Click on it. Then provide your email ID that is provided by Azure Active Directory. Click on next. Then enter your password. Now click on join. Now our device is successfully joined to the Active Directory. So let's go back to our Azure Active Directory. And if I refresh this page now, this device is now joined to our Microsoft Entra ID. So now if I click on this device, from here you can assign roles to this particular device. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something new throughout this video. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe the channel.